It's a VybezRadio. Nobody can stop reggae.
People, it's time to party. You're all day, every day, Vibe Station.
Loving the vibes, Rasta, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. And Conscience was in Nairobi.
Yeah, man. He was in
this
Nairobi.
last weekend, and he was performing here. I saw some videos online. It looked wild.
Yeah, no, most definitely. He did do his thing. He did his thing. But personally, I'm more eager about to hear what happened on your side, Rasta.
You have to hold on still. As you guys know, it's Stir It Up about now. And today on Stir It Up, the topic is following your passion.
Yeah, man.
And you know, it's very important to follow your passion because sometimes your passion is not an ordinary job.
Yeah, man.
Ama job ile watu do on a normal.
Yeah.
Lakini you really need to know if it's something you love with all your heart. It could be art, it could be cooking,
Yeah.
it could be writing, it could be anything.
It could be fitness. It could be anything.
Yeah, man. You need to, follow your passion and never give up on it. Focus every day. I always tell people when I'm doing motivation or whatever.
Yeah.
I always tell people, if you have a passion, you need to put in work. It's like a job, and it's like going to school.
Yeah.
How many hours a day are you going to set aside for this particular thing that you love?
Yeah.
Because if you don't put in the work, then how do you expect people to know, what you do and how? Yeah. So following your passion is very important. For me, I learned very early in life that my passion was music. And I'm lucky because as much as people were like, nah, especially, the closest people around me.
Yeah.
They're the ones who are like, you can't do it. You can't sing. You can't rap. You're a woman. Nobody has ever done it in Kenya. No one's going to listen to that. A lot of negative stuff.
Yeah.
But in my heart, I was like, you know what? This is what I'm here to do.
Yeah.
And so forget what you people think. I think Jah put me here for this reason, so I'm just going to work towards my goal and my passion and,
Most
look
definitely.
at me here.
Yeah.
Look where I am.
Now where you are. Like same thing to me, Rasta, you know what I mean? When I started out in the music, first of all, like my mom used to whip me because I would not go, I would take the school fees. She would give me school fees, Rasta, and I would go buy a new speaker, you know what I mean? I would always just, scheme off the top of the school fees, buy a new speaker for the crib, you know what I mean? And my mom would be like, yo, why you banging all that music for? Turn it off. At times she would even whoop me, Rasta, you know what I mean? Because it was noise pollution, Rasta, you know what I mean? It wasn't necessary noise, Rasta.
Oh, Jah.
But yeah, you know what I mean, Rasta? I kept on it to a point where, like, just the other day she called me, she was like, yo, you remember when I used to whoop you listening to reggae music? You remember when I used to kick you and your friends out of the house? I was like, yo, mom, now it's paying the bills, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. So following your passion is really important, and that's the topic today on Stir It Up. We want to know what will you do to, what would you do for your passion?
What are you willing to do, Rasta, for your passion?
What heights and what lengths? Or the minute you go to the first person and they let you down and tell you don't have a good voice, or I don't like how you baked this cake, are you going to give up, or are you going to be like, learn from this situation and grow? Are you
going to take it as positive criticism, Rasta? You know what I mean?
Yo, boy, lakini sometimes there's some criticism that it's not positive, it's Rasta, pure negative. Those people, you can't even change the negative to positive criticism. Yeah. It's just a negative vibe.
Yeah, man.
And we don't deal with negative vibe around here. It's good vibes only.
You know
so,
what I mean?
Remember that when people come around you, when you're trying to do your thing, when you try kufanya hustle yako na wase wanakuweka down like, excuse me, where's he do? Just be like, man, I'm not asking for your opinion. Naeza fanya hiki tu.
Yeah, man. The show is seasoned. Seckle with Iras KK Black Jesus.
And me, Nazizi, the original Roots daughter.
And my lad, let me tell you something. You know why I love this job, Nazizi? Because I know you know Donovan. I know you know Donovan.
Yeah, man, Donovan, big respect to Donovan Francis.
Yeah.
Some promoters, they're just wicked. Donovan came here, clean out and everything, and then got stuck for a while. Yeah. But it was a blessing for we because we got to hang out with him for like 2-3 months.
Yeah. Yes, I.
Do a lot of tunes.
Yeah.
You know, he did some song with Japila. He recorded an album here in Kenya. And yeah, that man is a nice, humble man. He's an Italist, and so he used to love my mom's bajia. He used to be like, tell mom I'm coming, man. I'm coming for those bajia. I did those bajia. I wanted the recipe and everything.
Amazing.
So big up Donovan Francis.
Yes,
is a real humble man, and you know, it was an honor to spend time with him as well.
Most definitely. Yeah, man. Right now we're talking about following your passion, Rasta, you know what I mean? And we were just saying you have to put in it all, Rasta, you know what I mean? You have to put your soul and heart in it, Rasta. And for those who don't know, actually, Nas just came from a big event in Uganda or somewhere.
Yeah, man. So I just came back from Nyege Nyege.
But first...
That's why my voice is gone.
But first, before we show you Wagwan, take a look at this, Rasta. If you're online, vibing, take a look at this. If you're on radio, have a listen to this. This is how Nyege Nyege happens, Rasta.
This was the 5th anniversary, and you know, people come from all over the world. It's amazing, like all over Europe, all over Africa.
Yeah.
It's just a mix of, you know, a lot of people, talented people, and just open-minded people. They also have a reggae stage at Nyege Nyege, so, you know, I was there a lot of the times.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. But I performed on the main stage last night, 7 p.m. I was on the stage in Ginger. And it was wild. A lot of love from East Africa. You know, man, East Africa is just a blessed place. Like, I'm so proud to be from this, you know, Kenya, and to have our neighboring countries support my music. It's just amazing. The last 3 years, I've been going to Nyege Nyege as just a festival goer, because I just love the vibes there.
Yeah.
But this year, though, like, Nas, you can't get away with just coming to the festival and not performing. And because it's the 5th anniversary, you have to get on. So I was like, all right. So yeah, it was a nice vibe, you know. And like we said, when you're following your passion, you have to make sacrifices.
Yeah, man.
You know, I was thinking, am I gonna make it back on time? I woke up at 6 a.m. today. You know, you have to put your priorities down, and you have to make it happen. If you love what you're doing, put in so much energy, never stop, and just keep going.
Yeah, most definitely. And on following your passion, actually, I also saw this guy called Mostrix.
Oh yeah, Faisal Mostrix. He's also a really big dancer and DJ from Uganda. So he's doing really well. He started really small.
Yeah.
And he stuck to what he believes in. And he came up with a really interesting style. And, you know, it's nice to see him getting all these big platforms. And it goes to show, if you put in work, if you're different also, and original, like we spoke about that last week.
Yeah.
We were giving thanks for originality also.
Yeah,
and we were saying, be original. Don't try and sound like everybody else as well. You know?
Man.
Yeah.
Because the man them, I think I started following him a while back, and he was not that big. But I can see the work the man them I put on, Rasta, and me seeing that the man them just did a show on the same stage as Nazizi, man, who no big up that Rasta, you know what I mean?
Man, and you know, for everybody who doesn't know, this is such a nice festival. You should go there because of the oneness of the people, the vibes, and connecting African youths and African DJs, African artists. You know, it's such an amazing place to go to connect with just good energy. So you should also go there because, you know, we always support international acts. But do you know who plays in Uganda? Do you know who's the biggest band in Uganda? By the way, Afrigo band also played, and that's like a very old Ugandan band, and it was a reunion. So, you know, when you go to these festivals, you get to learn about the African music and, you know, the roots, like the culture of African music.
Most definitely. Yeah, man. So, talking on following your passion, Rasta, you just heard Nazizi went to the show for how many times? 3 times?
3 times.
3 times just for the passion of music, Rasta.
Yeah, man.
And on the 4th time, boom! She was burning up the stage, Rasta. And here is a video. Check this out, Rasta. If you're online, check this out. If you're listening, fire on.
Place, good girl, step up, now man contest. And who that one? East African
can't stop reggae.
Nasir Fontaine with Crucial playing here on Vibes Radio. The show is Seize and Seckle with me, Nazizi, the original Roots daughter.
And I am Rasridi KK, Black Jesus.
Yeah, man. And we are on Stir It Up and we are discussing following your passion.
Yes, sir.
What would you do to make your passion, what can we say?
Reality.
A reality.
Yes, sir. Rasta.
Yeah, man. And for me, it's sleepless nights.
Yeah,
and as
man.
you can hear, my voice is gone.
Yeah.
That's because I was mashing the stage up last night.
Yes, sir. Most
And
definitely.
I really love, like, you know, the opportunity Jazz given I and I to follow my passion.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if you have a passion and remember, you know, your passion sometimes, yeah, you can be doing something and then it's like, it's not working. How come it's not working?
Yeah.
I think sometimes you need to maybe move away a little bit
Yeah.
and look wider, you know, like we said
Reflect.
earlier.
Yeah, man.
Open up your mind.
Yes, sir.
Maybe there's something you're not doing correctly, and maybe it's not about your passion, it's about how you're approaching it.
Yeah, man.
And how you're carrying out, you know, how you do it. So
Yeah, man.
sometimes also remember, if Jah no bless it yet, it won't happen.
Yes, sir. Rasta.
So pray as well.
Prayer as well. Always make sure prayer is a good routine, Rasta. You know, you always have to ask for blessings and guidance in your journey, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man, and never give up because, you know, nothing comes easy. And if it's something you really love,
Yeah.
you will do anything to make it happen.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, if you want to succeed so bad, you have to wake up every morning and work towards your goal.
You know, there's a motivational speaker, Rasta, named Tom Thomas, I believe. The man them say, give me a quick story, Rasta. I heard him say a story about a man them. A youth them wanted to succeed, Rasta. You know what I mean? He had a passion of succeeding, Rasta. So he asked this old man, Rasta, what can I do to succeed, Rasta? So the man them tell me, meet me in the beach. Exactly at 4 a.m. in the morning, Rasta, you know what I mean? So the man them come with a suit, everything ready, you know what I mean? At the beach, Rasta. But the problem was, the man them tell him, walk with me in the water, Rasta. So the youth them started walking into the water. The water was knee high, Rasta. It was like, come on a little bit deeper, Rasta. So the man them kept walking, Rasta. It was shoulder high, Rasta. The man them was like, just keep on moving. I was like, yo, my head is gonna go under the water, Rasta. And the old man just pushed the young man inside the water, Rasta. So he was trying to get air, Rasta. He was trying to breathe. And he let him go. He come out like, yo, you trying to kill me? He was like, you wanna succeed? He was like, yes, Rasta. You have to want it as bad as you want to breathe, Rasta. You know what I mean?
That's a massive story because, you know, if someone blocks your air and you can't breathe, me, I'm claustrophobic and I'm asthmatic. And so air is something I really appreciate,
Yeah,
like
man.
just being able to breathe. So you can imagine if you're locked in a space and there's no air, wezi pumua, and you want to breathe,
Why
you
you
just
gonna
unatakata vunje hizo dirisha, you'll find every way to
Yeah,
get
man.
that air in, right?
Yes,
so
sir.
you have to work just as hard to succeed.
Just as hard.
I love
Rasta.
the story, Rasta. You are on Season Seckle and this is Stir It Up. And today the question we'll be asking on the Wagwan session is,
What are you willing to do for your passion, Rasta? On Vibes Radio, the show is Season Seckle with I, Rasrudi KK Black Jesus.
and Mina Zizi, the original Roots daughter.
And my lad, we are talking about following your passion, Rasta. Making sure that you achieve your dream, you achieve your goal, you know what I mean? So most definitely what I would say is always remember everything happens for a reason. Everything always happens for a reason. Maybe as Nas said, you know, it may not take a year or so,
Yeah,
but
man.
just as a seed planted and it grows, Rasta, you have to give it time, you know what I mean? To cherish it, so eat it itself, you have to cherish it so that it can grow, Rasta. So if you have a talent, whatever you have, Rasta, it's in you. You know what I mean? You have to put it out and to bring it up forth so that we can be able to enjoy your passion, Rasta. You know what I mean? Because everything, just as in music, everything starts with love, Rasta. Personally, when I started this music thing, I started with love, Rasta. You know, just for the love of music. You know what I mean? And then I never knew I would end up here, Rasta. You know what I mean? Giving people the music that they need for a daily dosage, Rasta. And on top of that, always remember, avoid a monotonous routine, Rasta. Avoid a monotonous routine. Always make sure you have some sort of energy around you that makes you feel whole, Rasta. You know what I mean? Because without that, it could be problematic, Rasta. You know what I mean? Always have the right energy around you to push you in your passion, Rasta. Because you attaining your passion, you must align yourself with what you need to ensure that you get where you are going, Rasta.
Yeah, man. So, you know, I'm dying because I can't sing all my favorite tunes. Yani, I'm here, I'm listening to all these amazing tunes on season Seckle, alafu my voice is failing me and I'm like, how unasikizaje reggae bila kuimba hizo song? You have to sing along.
Yes, I most definitely.
But anyway, because we are talking about passion, this is my passion. And so, cough or no voice or whatever, I'm going to be here. Doing it for you. So,
yeah, man. Most definitely. Yeah, talking on passion, on success, Rasta. At times, you have to want it real bad, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah. True.
So on your passion, like say personally, like when you, as I said on the story of the guy who trying to breathe, right? You have to want it that bad, Rasta, you know what I mean? Like you said, you have asthma. And with asthma, at times when you have that asthma attack, you don't care who is looking at you, who is not seeing you. You just want that catch of air, Rasta.
Yeah, man, that's true.
And you really have to want it that bad, Rasta. Because personally, when like in Kenya, for me to get into production, Rasta, what happened is I had gone to a lot of production houses. And I would see a lot of errors where the producer, them Rasta, you tell them, yo, when I'm getting me track, him go like, oh, Rasta, come next week, Rasta.
Yeah.
3-4 months later, still nothing, Rasta. So I was
pushing.
So I was like, you know what? This is not gonna deter me from my passion, Rasta. My passion is music, my passion is production. We are gonna get it no matter what, Rasta. And we started producing with some sort of headphones. You remember the headphones with a microphone?
Yeah.
We started producing with that, alongside RS66. And we just went for it. We were like, looking back.
That's amazing.
So most definitely you have to go for it, Rasta.
Yeah, man. And we are coming up soon on the next hour on the Wagwan. And the question today is,
what are you willing to do for your passion?
So remember, when you call us, the number is 0719 012-700. We are asking, what are you willing to do for your passion? And before that, let's see if we can take one call. And I see Shadiko from Kariobangi trying to call.
I'm fine. So me, I can talk from my own experience.
Yes, I.
So me, I have the passion of singing reggae.
Okay.
And me always work hard on it. I always sing all the time. I can spend all day in the house.
That is amazing.
Yeah, so I'm always struggling so hard. But there's only problems,
Yes, man.
That are always tough for me, Like you find you've done all that, the only thing, going to the studio recording, is really expensive,
Yes, it's true, Rasta. But because you have a passion and you're working hard, I believe it will happen. And I really believe we will have you right here on VybezRadio playing your tune soon.
Yes,
yeah, man?
So I was asking if I can get help from you people.
Yeah, man. Why don't you send us some of your music and we could see what we could do? Because
simply go to VybezRadio Facebook, Rasta, and all you have to do on VybezRadio, there's a email there, Rasta. Just click upon it and just send us whatever you have. If you've not recorded, Rasta,
I haven't got to the studio yet.
If you haven't gone to the studio, Rasta, you have to plant the seed. You know what I mean, Rasta? You have to go to the studio and plant the seed.
You
Rasta.
have to look for Riddick.
Yeah.
Look for Riddick's social media. Yeah. Find him. See how he can help you. Big up on yourself.
Rasta,
and keep going and don't ever give up. Bless up, Rasta.
Yeah, man.
Blessed vibration.